This one's going to be a little bit different. There's something that I'm very interested in, and that's the idea of compound interest. I would just urge you to actually listen, try to understand this, because this is one of the most powerful tools that you will have in your entire life, especially if you start to harness it young. And it's what I've been realizing and have been extremely excited about, and I would just love if some of you could get excited about it as well, because it can change your future. So, compound and interest. So when something is compounding, it means it's stacking on itself. I think one of the best analogies that I have for it is a snowball. When a snowball is really small and you roll it down a hill, at the beginning, it just picks up a little bit of snow because it doesn't have that much mass. But as the snowball starts to get bigger, it starts to touch more and more snow, and it starts to get bigger faster and faster and faster. And that's kind of the idea of compound interest. The more you have, the more you get. And especially when you start looking at stocks that have dividend payments, so they literally pay you for owning that stock, and those payments go right back into buying more and more shares of the stock. For example, Coca-Cola, if you buy stocks in Coke, they pay a 3% dividend, so that would be some of the interest that you're earning. And that means if you invest $100, they're paying you $3 every year just for having $100 invested in Coke. But if you have $1 million invested, well, now that 3% is paying a ton of money. All right, so now you might be thinking, well, that's great, but I'm never gonna be able to put $1 million into Coca-Cola. I'm just never gonna have $1 million. And that is where compound interest over time is an incredible, almost mind-blowing thing. Like, literally, it will blow your mind just how much money you will have at the end of your life if you put $200 a month. I'm gonna go to a compound interest calculator online and just talk about some of the actual nitty-gritty numbers. Let's say that right now you can invest $200. That's it. But let's say you're 20 years old. You're gonna get 7% a year. If you invest in the stock market, it's not actually that risky. The stock market has never gone down over a 20-year period, so it's not risky if you're doing it long term. Stock market can be extremely risky over the short term, 2 to 5 years. You have no idea whether it's gonna be higher or lower, but over a long term, it does not go down. The stock market historically has only ever gone up over a 20-year period. So let's say you're gonna get 7%. Some investors can say they can get you like 10% or something. But let's say you're gonna get 7% interest. And let's say that it's gonna be over 40 years. So you're 20 right now, and we're gonna see how much $200 is going to be in 40 years at a 7% yearly interest. So if you were to just invest that $200, never put another dime in, never think about it again, by the time you turn 60, that $200 will be $3,262. Like literally, if you just throw it into like a Vanguard total market thing, which is not that difficult, by the way. If you guys want to know how to do that, I can totally show you. $200 in, and by the time you're 60, it will be $3,262, which is crazy. But what if you just put in $200 a month? So you have $200 that you can invest right now, and every month after that, you just put away $200 more. If you did that over 40 years, by the time you turn 60 years old, you will have $531,000. It will have earned $435,000 in interest. Like, if you want to know how to be able to retire, all you have to do is start putting away some money in the stock market. And by the time you retire, you'll have $500,000 in the bank account. Literally, if just history just keeps happening like it's been happening. If something crazy happens, like the United States fails, well, then you're probably gonna have a hard time anyway. So let's say that you put in $500 a month. And by the way, $500 a month is $6,000 total a year, which is the amount that you can put in a retirement account. So if you wanted to put it in an account where it wouldn't be taxed, but you can't take it out till you're 60, then you could put it in a retirement account, a Roth IRA, $500 a month. If you did that, so now we're talking tax-free money when you take it out, $500 a month. So you have $200 that you can put in first, and then every month after, you start saving $500. In 40 years, you would have put in on your own $240,000. Very good, very good. You will have earned in total interest over $1 million. Literally free money. 1 million, like, Everyone, literally every single person that can save $500 a month could be a lottery winner. So the total amount that you'll have if you save $500 a month, which is the max you can put in a retirement account every year, $6,000 a year, you will, when you retire at 60, have $1.3 million in your retirement account. It will be earning $89,000 a year in just interest. You could literally live just off of the interest and have $90,000 a year in just interest that you could live off of, and your total balance would not go down at all. That's the power of compound interest, guys. It's something that I've been educating myself on recently, and I just wanted to share that knowledge with you all. I know it's very different than my normal videos, but just like person to person, like I've been telling my siblings about it and stuff, and it's something that my grandpa like has tried to pound into my head when I was a wee lad, but it just didn't really stick. But now that I've started to make some money on YouTube, I've just been saving it for a few months, and that's just the power of compound interest. It's not about saving a ton of money at once. It's about consistently putting money in and letting that 7% yearly interest compound on itself over and over and over again. But yeah, you can put in $500 a month and you can have $1 million by the time you're 60 years old. So really cool. Glad I could share it. Thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up if it helped you. Hit subscribe for another video, and I'll talk to you next time.